Hello coffee friends, my name is Tom from Tom's Coffee Corner. And today I've got something quite special to introduce to you guys. In fact, it is quite a premiere for me to be able to be one of the first people reviewing and making a video of this machine. Now here's a disclaimer before I go any further. The manufacturers of this machine, and it hails from Spain by the way, they reached out to me and they said, Tom, would you like to review our machine and do a video on it, but for no money? Because they want a completely unbiased review. And I thought about it and I came to the conclusion that I am a pretty curious guy. I'm an engineer, and so I like to tinker with things and try them out. And I said, sure, send me the machine and I will do a review on it. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce you to this new coffee machine, the Kafmasino One. So one of the first things you're going to notice about this machine is that there's something on top. It's a tablet. So that is not the only unusual thing about this machine. So let's just go through the features right away and how the machine works. So in regards to features, this machine is made out of stainless steel, 304 stainless steel. It comes with a 550 milliliter stainless steel brew boiler for espresso. It comes with a separate dedicated thermoblock for steaming. They're both driven by one pump, by the way, so you cannot do both at the same time. But since you don't have to cool down the boiler, there is a dedicated thermoblock. You can just go right on to steaming. What else does it contain? Well, it's got a light underneath here, which is very, very handy so that you can see your extractions. It's got a really handy steam knob here that I like a lot because when you open it, that turns on the steam right away. So that is your steam switch as well as your steam valve. And it also has a steam timer up here. So I find that very convenient. What other features does this machine have? Additionally, it's got a cup warmer up on top. And the main feature of this machine, and the reason for the tablet, is that you can program your shots exactly as you want. So that means you can program the temperature, the water flow, as well as the pressure over time. So what you can do is you can download a recipe that somebody else has created from the community, or you can make your very own recipe and download it from the tablet to the machine. It's very convenient. Okay, let's talk about how this machine works because it's not a conventional machine. It doesn't have a PID in here, for example. It doesn't have thermostats. Instead, it works on a fluid mixing control. So how it works is room temperature water is mixed with the hot water in the boiler already to attain the temperature desired. The thermoblock, on the other hand, as you heard before, is not controlled by just a normal pump as you see in most conventional machines, but rather it is pulse modulated. That is the sound that you're getting here. I love that steam knob. Okay, so now that we've talked a little bit about how this machine works, let's talk about some of the top features of this machine. So one of my favorite features of this machine is the gravimetric control. So here I've got a Bluetooth scale, and with this Bluetooth scale, you can actually stop the extraction at a certain desired dose. You just go into your recipe here on the tablet and choose to stop it at, for example, 40 grams. Then when you start the extraction, the scale will automatically tare and it's going to stop at 40 grams. Okay, so I have been using this machine for about 2.5 weeks now. So I think I can draw some conclusions and talk about what I think are the pros and the cons of this machine. So for me, the number one pro is being able to use these profiles here, these extraction profiles. I've tried various ones on here, and so far my favorite is the La Marzocco, With the La Marzocco profile, I can get some really excellent espresso with just a very good texture from various beans. So that is my current favorite, and it's one of the absolute positive things about this machine. Now, something else that I really appreciate about it is you get these high-tech features, but in a classic espresso machine look. So talking about partner acceptance factor, my partner, for example, likes the look of this machine. She likes that the buttons here are flush with the machine. She likes the rounded edges and the fact that it actually looks like an espresso machine. Something else that I really like about this machine is actually steaming with it. This is a really powerful steamer. It takes me between 40 and 45 seconds to steam up milk for a cappuccino. And something else that I really appreciate is that it's got a steam timer, so you know how long you've been steaming. It's really easy to get very well textured milk with this, and it's a bonus that because it's a dedicated thermal block in here, you actually don't have to wait after your espresso extraction. You can just go to town right away on texturing your milk. I like the fact that the cup warmer actually gets very hot up here. So this gets hotter than most of the other machines that I have had in my arsenal. So that is very nice. I like, of course, the app. And the thing about it is you can just choose a profile and get started right away, or you can experiment. So you can really just kind of grow with this machine for a long time to come. You can make your own recipes, you can try different temperatures, you can try different flow profiles, different pressure profiles for different types of beans. So what I think is that it's going to take a long time to really exhaust the possibilities that this machine offers you. So that's really a bonus for somebody curious like this guy. What else can I say about it? Just from a pragmatical standpoint, it's got a pretty good sized drip tray. You can see the water reservoir in the back is also pretty well sized. One thing that I'm really missing though is there is no low water indicator. So I've gotten quite annoyed numerous times, just like on any other machine that doesn't have a water indicator. I'm mid-shot and then you hear and the pump is not getting any water. So that's annoying. I don't know if the final version of this machine is going to have a low water sensor or not, but that is, for me, it's a con currently. What else can I say? This is a nice stainless steel case made out of 304 stainless, and I do like stainless steel. I was expecting to be able to plop my WD-T tool on here because it's magnetic. Other people will put other magnetic things on here, like maybe a portafilter holder or something else, but you can't do it because 304 stainless steel is not magnetic. So for me, that's a bit of a negative point, but the designers told me, yeah, there's a good reason behind it, and that is the Bluetooth connection here. So the Bluetooth from the machine to the scale, as well as to the tablet, cannot have magnetic material in between. So that makes sense. What I really appreciate is this display right here. I love the fact that it always shows you the temperature. It turns into a timer when you're pulling a shot or when you are steaming. I just love that feedback. And I like how it looks, the white digits on the black dial. I do like that. And the machine is easy to update. If there is a firmware update, you just start it here on the tablet. It's very quick. And additionally, if there are any minor bugs that need to be fixed, the designers of the machine are quick to respond and quick to offer a firmware update. Another positive thing about this machine is that it heats up quickly. So this is ready to go in about 2 minutes. Of course, I would recommend that you take a couple of blind shots and, let it warm up a little bit longer, ideally, but it's actually operational after 2 minutes. So that's very convenient. Finally, another awesome feature that I wish every espresso machine had is the really nice included LED. So that's just great for when you want to take a look, how is your shot doing? If you want to take a video, or I just love to be able to see what's going on. So that's it for the pros and cons. Now, I'm sure you've been thinking the whole time, well, Tom, there's an elephant in the room. Isn't this machine just basically the same thing as a Decent DE1? And that's kind of something I thought to myself as well. Now, I have never owned a Decent. I have seen some videos on it before. I would say that yes, the idea goes in that direction, that you have control over the temperature, the water flow, and the water pressure, and you can build your own profiles and share these profiles with the community and do a lot of experimenting with this machine. So yes, in that way it is a similar product, but it does differ in a few ways. And one of them I've mentioned already. First of all, it still looks like an espresso machine, while the Decent DE1 has really got kind of a polarizing aesthetic to it. Either you really like it or you don't like it. Another thing is, this comes with a cup warmer, which the Decent doesn't. And finally, the price on this is going to be about half the price of the Decent DE1. So those are some benefits that the Kafmasino One has over the Decent DE1. Of course, the Decent DE1 seems to be a great product, but this one here is going to be able to allow people in a different price bracket to get into the espresso experimenting game. Alright guys, so this has been a very short introduction to the Kafmasino One. Thank you very much for being with me. Thank you very much Kafmasino for sending me this machine to review. And stay tuned for the next video where we're going to do a full functional test of this machine and take a look at the app as well. Until next time, I say happy coffee drinking and happy espresso drinking. Bye now.